In the music world, the name Benny Andersson represents not only a musical legend, but also a part of the greatest mysteries in the history of ABBA. For decades, the media has consistently questioned the never-before-revealed hidden corners behind the relationship between him and the woman associated with the group's golden age. Now, having turned 78, that talented musician has finally chosen to speak out, confirming a startling truth about his former partner, something the public has been waiting for a very long time. Let us revisit these turbulent chapters of life to discover what that truth actually is. The story of the powerful woman of ABBA began with the stormy years in Norway. Anni-Frid was born on November 15, 1945, carrying the mixed bloodline of a German officer and a local woman. This was the result of a turbulent and painful historical period in Europe. Her childhood was soon shrouded in the darkness of loss and harsh social prejudice. In 1947, her young mother passed away, leaving the infant in the care of her grandmother. To seek a peaceful life, the two of them decided to migrate to Sweden in silence. In the new land, a passion for music became the only salvation for the sensitive soul of the young girl. Anni-Frid began to manifest a natural talent with a powerful voice and a captivating performance style. She persistently pursued a professional singing career since she was a teenager. Destiny truly smiled in 1969 when she accidentally met the talented young musician Benny Andersson. At that time, Frida was exactly 24 years old, while Benny had just turned 23 with full of ambition. Both already had certain experiences in the vibrant art world of Stockholm at that time. The resonance in musical thinking and soul quickly drew the two closer together. Benny Andersson was impressed not only by her charming appearance, but also by her masterly vocal technique. Conversely, Anni-Frid was completely captivated by the extraordinary musical creativity of the young man. Their relationship did not stop at personal empathy, but was also an artistic resonance. They began to support each other in recording projects and performances across stages of all sizes. This combination created a solid foundation for the birth of a musical legend. By 1971, the couple decided to move in together to facilitate their creativity. This was the time when the affection between the two became closer than ever after days of diligent work. Together, they built great plans for the future of Swedish music. In the early years of the 70s, the appeal of the couple and two close friends created a sensation. The appearance of the group featuring Benny and Frida brought a fresh breeze. Modern arrangements along with her gifted vocals began to reach international levels. The greatest turning point occurred in 1974 when the group won an overwhelming victory at the Eurovision contest. The song Waterloo not only brought glory to Sweden, but also took the names of the two to a new height. The world began to know the couple as symbols of success and happiness. Amidst the brilliant aura of their career, their love continued to bear fruit persistently. Benny Andersson always gave his life partner absolute respect and trust in every important decision. Together, they enjoyed the sweet results after many years of non-stop efforts in the recording studio. After nearly a decade of bonding and challenges, the couple decided to move toward a more important milestone. On October 6, 1978, a cozy wedding was held at Lidingö Church in Blessing. This was the time when the whole world admired the fulfilling marriage of the two leading stars. The initial post-marriage life was filled with romantic moments and deep mutual understanding. Anni-Frid was not only a gentle wife, but also an endless source of inspiration for her husband's compositions. Many of the group's massive hits were penned by Benny based on his very feelings about her. The brilliant aura and those sweet years gradually shattered as the pressure of fame and personal issues arrived. The breakup. The rift in the relationship between the two stars began to surface as the work schedule became overwhelming. Prolonged tours and the pressure to maintain their status as the world's #1 music group exhausted their strength. Romance was gradually replaced by intense business discussions. At the end of 1979, signs of emotional instability between Benny Andersson and Anni-Frid began to appear more frequently. The lack of minimal private space caused the soulful connection between the two to become loose. The public began to notice a certain distance on stage. Everything became more complicated when the man behind ABBA's hits met female journalist Mona Nurklit. The appearance of this woman created an irreversible turning point in the heart of the male musician. A new affection blossomed, bringing the current marriage to the brink. Benny Andersson made a straightforward decision by directly informing his wife of his emotional state at the end of 1980. This was a major shock to anni-frid Lyngstad, as she was making efforts to heal the rifts. This brutal honesty put an end to their life together. On November 26, 1980, the couple officially announced their separation to the astonishment of the global media. This news quickly covered the largest music newspapers, causing a wave of regret in the hearts of fans. The collapse of the golden couple signaled a turbulent era. Divorce procedures were completed swiftly in 1981, ending a marriage that lasted less than 3 years. Even though they were no longer husband and wife, both tried to maintain a professional demeanor to continue joint music projects. They pledged not to let personal matters affect the group's career. In his first statements after the split, Benny Andersson affirmed that he and anni-frid remained good friends. The male musician emphasized that work cooperation would continue as usual. Still, the awkwardness during recording sessions was something difficult to hide completely. Recently, as he turned 78, the founder of ABBA shared profound insights about the turbulent past. He officially confirmed that he was the one who took the initiative to make the decision to break up at that time. Thus, confessions have clarified many hidden corners that the public never knew. Benny Andersson admitted that leaving the marriage with anni-frid was one of the most difficult decisions of his life. At nearly 80 years old, he looks back on everything with tolerance and admits personal mistakes. The male musician expressed absolute respect for his ex-wife. He described the final period of the marriage as a challenging and heavy stage. The truth about his choice to follow the call of a new affection has been clearly affirmed. This provides a more authentic perspective on the breakup of a legend. This divorce event directly and strongly impacted the collective spirit of the entire group. The atmosphere in the studio no longer maintained the sublime quality of the early 70s. The songs composed afterward carried a sadder and more introspective tone. On December 11, 1982, ABBA performed their final show, marking the official dissolution of the group. The breakdown of both couples in the group made maintaining the brand no longer feasible. The music world officially lost a brilliant and proud icon. After the band disbanded, Benny Andersson quickly focused on musical theater projects and independent compositions. Meanwhile, anni-frid Lyngstad faced a large void in both her career and personal life. She began the journey to rediscover her own identity outside the shadow of the group. After the stormy breakup, anni-frid Lyngstad had to rebuild her career alone and face even greater tragedies. Journey of Independence. After leaving the whirlwind of the legendary group, anni-frid Lyngstad quickly asserted her own identity in music. She did not choose to rest but immediately embarked on ambitious personal projects. This was the time when she proved her independent capability in the face of skepticism from experts. In 1982, the first post-breakup solo album titled Something's Going On was officially released to global audiences. This product marked an exciting collaboration between her and the famous drummer Phil Collins. With a strong and modern rock style, the album achieved resounding commercial success. The change in both image and musical style showed a completely new appearance for the female singer. She abandoned the sweet pop style to move toward edgy melodies with a higher sense of introspection. Both audiences and critics highly appreciated this bold transformation of hers. Following that success, the album Shine was released 2 years later, continuing to affirm her position on the international music map. Although busy with work, the female artist always maintained her form and meticulousness in every product. She gradually escaped the oversized shadow of the past to stand firm with her own name. After a period of focusing on English projects, she returned to her roots with the Swedish album Djupa Vatten. This product carried deep tones, reflecting contemplations on life and the stillness in the soul. The album received a warm welcome from fans in her home country. Her private life also turned to a brilliant new page when she met and married Prince Heinrich Rousseau-Royce. This marriage officially made her Princess Royce, a prestigious noble title in Europe. She found new peace and happiness beside her intellectual husband. Fate, nonetheless, tested the mettle of this woman once again, with terrible losses occurring in succession. On January 13, 1998, her daughter Anne-Lise Lauda passed away after a tragic car accident in the United States. The pain of losing a child at age 30 is a large scar that will never heal in her heart. Before the great pain could subside, she had to face the passing of her beloved husband in October 1999. Prince Rousseau passed away after a short battle with a cruel cancer. Within just 2 years, the female artist lost the two people she loved most in her life. Successive tragedies caused her to decide to withdraw completely from the spotlight and entertainment activities. She chose a quiet life, spending most of her time healing deep mental wounds. The public only saw her appear in a few special and private charity events. Throughout many years after that, she focused all her heart and soul on philanthropic activities and environmental protection. The female singer became an active advocate, using her influence to help those in difficult circumstances. Her life gradually shifted to a more contemplative and profound state than before. The silence in her music lasted nearly 2 decades, making many people think she had retired. Still, the love for art always smoldered in the mind of this talented artist. She still quietly followed the movements of the music scene and maintained connections with her colleagues. A surprise occurred when information about the reunion of the 4 former members began to leak in the late 2000s. This was shocking good news for fans around the world after many years of weary waiting. Anni-Frid was ready to return to write new pages of musical history. The ABBA Voyage project began to launch with a massive investment in modern digital technology. She and the members spent many months in the studio recording entirely new songs. This was an extraordinary effort by artists who had reached their twilight years but remained full of passion. The success of the Voyage project brought her prestigious awards and recognition from the younger generation. Her new songs quickly entered prestigious music charts in many countries. The status of a global music icon was once again firmly affirmed. She shared that music was the magical medicine that helped her overcome the darkest periods of her life. Being in the studio with old friends brought her an indescribable special emotion. It was the reunion of souls who had gone through many ups and downs together. After the losses and brilliant successes, the female singer entered a quiet new chapter of life in Switzerland. Current life. Entering the year 2026 at the age of 80, anni-Frid is enjoying a peaceful and relaxed life in Switzerland. She chooses to reside in quiet areas such as Genolier and Zermatt to stay away from the noise of the media. This is where she finds balance after decades of dedication to art. Accompanying her throughout this journey is her longtime boyfriend, Henry Smith, who has been with her since 2007. This strong relationship provides the singer with a solid emotional anchor in her later years. Both often appear together in peaceful walks in the mountains. The health status of the artist at age 80 is recorded as remaining very stable and full of energy. She maintains an active movement habit through gentle exercises and frequent discovery travels. Her mental clarity is the result of a healthy and scientific lifestyle. Financially, Anni-Frid owns a massive fortune thanks to the sustainable music royalty income from ABBA. She also invests in high-end real estate and leads a truly upper-class life. Still, she always maintains a humble attitude and does not flaunt her wealth. Her greatest passion at the current time is philanthropic activities of a deep humanitarian nature. The singer actively contributes to major international organizations such as UNICEF and Doctors Without Borders. She uses her personal prestige to call for support for global medical projects. In addition, the issue of environmental protection is also a field that she particularly cares about and invests much heart into. She regularly participates in campaigns to raise awareness about climate change and nature conservation. Her love for Swiss nature has prompted her to act for a green planet. In her spare time, Princess Roost finds joy in simple hobbies such as yoga and reading. She has a special passion for jazz music and frequently spends time enjoying small performances. These activities help her maintain stillness and depth in her soul. The current relationship between her and her ex-husband Benny Andersson has become better and more civilized than ever. Both maintain a sincere friendship and always give each other great respect in life. They frequently reunite at important events related to the ABBA Voyage project. Benny Andersson himself, at the age of 78, has also affirmed the understanding and precious lessons drawn from the relationship with her. This confirmation from the male musician helps close the unnecessary speculations about past conflicts. Both now look in the same direction with appreciation for their shared history. The journey of the artist from an orphaned girl to a global music icon is a priceless legacy. She has proven the strength of a woman in overcoming the pain of losing loved ones to stand firm. That resilience has become an inspiration for millions of women around the world. Her music career continues to spread its influence to later generations of young artists. Her classic recordings, along with her elegant performance style, have become benchmarks in the music industry. The music legacy bearing her name will be preserved forever in the treasure trove of art. The ABBA Voyage project continues to achieve success, proving the ageless appeal of her and her colleagues. Vivid, digital images have helped young audiences better understand the stature of a legend. She has skillfully connected the glorious past with the technology of the future. The singer is currently living her most fulfilling days with freedom and deep altruism. She no longer worries about artificial auras or the pressure to prove herself to the public. The serenity in her eyes is evidence of a soul that has found its harbor. In Switzerland, she is known as a friendly neighbor who is always willing to help the local community. Her presence brings pride to the people here because of her simplicity and kindness. She chooses to immerse herself in daily life in the most natural way possible. Her influence also extends to the fashion field with a characteristic, elegant, and sophisticated style. At age 80, she remains an icon of enduring beauty through time, refusing to yield to age. Her choices of attire always emphasize subtlety and artistic class. In rare interviews, she always mentions the past with gratitude instead of regret. Every stage of life, whether glorious or bitter, has contributed to creating a courageous anni-frid of the present. She cherishes all memories shared with her former teammates. The journey from a fairy tale love to the truths confirmed by Benny Andersson at age 78 has closed an emotional chapter in the history of ABBA. Through the ups and downs, we see not only the musical aura, but also the resilient mettle and miraculous power of rebirth of Frida, the woman who turned tragedies into an immortal legacy. The final truth has brought peace, proving a beautiful friendship and altruism after more than 4 decades. If you love the deep behind-the-scenes stories about music legends, subscribe to the channel now and turn on the notification bell to not miss the next exclusive analysis videos.